Welcome, my name is Dominic and I'm co-founder of MCP-Builder.ai. Do you know someone who is already building their first MCP servers? It's quite a trend currently. In this video, I want to show you why there's such a big hype about it, what it is, how it works, and how you can build your own MCP server really fast in just a few minutes. Let's dive right in. First of all, the big question is, why do we need Model Context Protocol in the first place? Well, with the uprise of AI agents, there comes a big problem. LLM-based models cannot access other applications or other infrastructure in your IT. So the big problem is users can interact with your LLM model, but they will never trigger some real actions in your company's applications. And that's what exactly MCP solves. MCP is the protocol that makes the connection, basically the APIs, between your LLM-based applications and models to your IT infrastructure, to your existing applications. Well, how it works in detail, let's have a look. So what we add here additionally in the middle is the MCP server. The MCP server is its own application which is running and is like the middle part between your LLM model and your IT infrastructure application. So what it does is whenever the LLM model has some questions or tasks to do outside of it, it will know which kind of tools is a concept in the MCP servers, are available, basically your endpoints. It will call the MCP client, and the MCP client is the part of the application that will then access the MCP server and get all the information out there. So for example, if you have a model and you want to add some new customer or a user to your HubSpot, for example, the LLM model would know that there's a tool for that. It will call the MCP client and that will access the MCP server directly. And then you will have your contact added in no time. So how can you build your first MCP server in really just a few minutes? Well, that's what we build with MCP-Builder.ai. What we do with MCP-Builder.ai is create the MCP server, that part in the middle, in just a few minutes. So you can describe your requirements and you will get a fully running and working MCP server that you only have to start up and it's working. So apart from that, you will only then add to the MCP client your URL or the stdio jar file that you want to add. And then your users can already start asking questions. The LLM will then forward it to the MCP server and you will have your application running, a chat-based that is connected to your IT infrastructure in no time. So to summarize, MCP is the new standard so that you can connect your AI agents with your existing IT infrastructure. And you can really build your first MCP server quite fast with MCP-Builder.ai. Just 4 simple steps. Head over to MCP-Builder.ai, describe your requirements, upload the documentation to your existing IT infrastructure, and in the third step, you can already download it or directly run it in our cloud, which already brings you to the last step. Depending on the LLM model or the clients that you use, most of them already supported by now, you just add the URL to your MCP server, to your MCP client, and you're ready to go. Have fun building.